Beware of those who say that the Gospels render the Old Testament irrelevant. I've been revisiting Pastor Paul's virtual Advent calendar from 2 years ago, and I'm reminded of the way that so many of those Old Testament books prophesy, chronicle, and anticipate God's offering of his Son as our way back to him. Ah, yes, Isaiah 7, verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel, God with us. The sacrifice, of course, was, as also prophesied, unspeakable in its horror. Yet even in his foreknowledge of it, God loved us enough to offer cheerfully this gift of grace, this gift of renewed community with him through the coming of the great giver, Jesus. And once received, it is a gift that we in the here and now are called to extend to one another. For a year now, I've been observing from my front window a young man walking up my street on weekday mornings, dressed for what I think is his job, probably over in Cash Road Square. One day last week, though, I was actually in my front yard doing some Christmas decorating when he came by, and something moved me to say good morning to him. Without hesitation, he smiled, returned my greeting, and then added, "May the spirit of Advent be with you." Whoop, bam, boom. It was as if his inner Christ awakened my own in a moment of community in the highest. He made an offering of Christ to me, purely and simply, granting me a glimpse, an advent, if you will, of the hope and the peace and the love felt by those who foreknew and those who later beheld the gift of the newborn King. I'll get that young kindred spirit's name in our next encounter on the street, and I'll just bet he ends up as one of my people in the here and now of human friendship. May we all be open to receiving and then giving back the gift of Christ in this season of Advent.